Welcome. My name is Thomas LEDFORD, aka Taxman 88, and I'm here to share with you in this video the Education Credit Form 8863, along with the American, which is called the American Opportunity Credit, along with the Lifetime Learning Credit. So the most popular credit is for people who just starting out. They haven't graduated with a degree yet, and so they apply for the American Opportunity Credit, which allows them to get a refundable credit back up to $1,000. So that's one of the main reasons it's so popular. The Lifetime Learning Credit is for people who've already completed 4 years of higher education, already got a degree in something, and now they still want to continue to go to school for whatever the case may be. Then they can fall under the Learning Lifetime Credit, where they get to write off $2,000 worth of educational expenses. And so those are the two options. So if you more likely going to college in 2021 for the first time, then you will qualify for the American Opportunity Credit if you're not, if you're paying your own education, meaning the books, the class, and everything associated with it, you paid out of pocket. Then you qualify for the American Opportunity Credit. And you must prove that with receipts that shows that you paid for your own education out your own pocket. So if you can't bring in third-party proof, because we don't count on we don't deal with handwritten receipts because anybody can write those. So it's got to be third-party electronic proof that you paid out your own pocket for your own education. And the two simplest forms of that will be voided checks or voided credit card statements that show transactions throughout the month or throughout the year towards your education to the institution that you're going to. So, for instance, if you're going to Malcolm X College, which is a 2-year college, but you don't qualify for any grants or scholarships and you're paying out your own pocket, then you must show proof of that. And like I say, the most simplest way to do that is if you're paying by check, your bank normally has a image of the check on your bank statement that you can use to show financial aid that you qualify, as well as the IRS that you qualify for the credit. So when it comes to these two different credits, this is the form right here for the American Opportunity Credit, which is 8863. This form, you need basic information when you go into a tax service to even have the credit even looked at. And the most common statement you need is a 1098-T form, which is a tuition statement that the institution gives you as record that you attended the school and how much money was paid and received on your behalf. So those things on the 1098-T statement will help the person that's preparing your taxes determine what portion, if any, that's going to allow you to qualify for the credit whatsoever. So there's a couple of boxes that's going to have information filled in it. And so if box 1 is bigger than box 5, normally you will qualify for some type of credit, only being that you can prove that you paid out of pocket. So box 1 might say payments received. Say it's $10,000 worth of payments received. Box 2 might say scholarships and grants, 0. Well, in that case, you definitely qualify because somebody paying for it. So if you're not paying for your own education, if it's just a parent paying for it, whoever paying for it got to show proof of that. So more likely, if it's your parents paying for it, then they'll be deducted on their tax return. That's how that generally goes. And if you in college and you're paying for your own education and your parents are not in the picture, then you definitely qualify to claim it on your own tax return. So that's basically how that works when it comes to the education credit. And also the Lifetime Learning Credit. This is a $2,000 credit. And it's a deduction that goes on your 1040 in the adjustment section, which allows you to deduct $2,000 off whatever you spent, regardless of the total. So when it comes to the credits and deductions that you get, the IRS uses a portion of the total. So for instance, for the education credit, if it costs you $8,000 for the year, the IRS is only going to use $4,000 of that to calculate your possible credit. Same way with child care credit. If you spent $8,000 on child care because you had to go to work and someone had to watch your kids, the IRS is going to only use $6,000 of that if you had 2 kids that were being cared for, and $3,000 if you only had 1 kid that was cared for. So just imagine $8,000 for 1 child being cared for the year because you have to work, and they're only going to use $3,000 of that money to calculate your credit, which is only going to be $600 in credit. So that's how that works when it comes to all the different types of credits we may qualify for. The IRS only uses a portion of what you actually paid in expenses to help calculate the credit. Because if they gave you credit for the whole dollar amount, then they would really be taking care of you, and that's not really what the system is designed to do. So if you have any different types of credits you qualify for that you paid out of pocket for, we're only going to use a portion of that to determine what your credit is going to be that's going to go on your tax return. So if you looking to start your own tax preparation business, or you already got your tax preparation business set up and ready to go, and you need training and support during actual tax season, definitely call me. Let's reach out, let's connect. That's the whole purpose of my channel. That's the whole purpose of me leaving my contact information inside my video, so you can reach out to me, so we can talk, we can connect, and see if we'll be a good fit for working with one another during the 2020 season, which starts in January of 2021. So I had a few people who commented on my videos and possibly needing someone to work with. And so this is an open invitation for you to give me a call today and the remainder of this month, because see, the unfortunate part is that we get close to the actual tax season, which starts in January 2021. I need to know from you what type of support you're going to need. And so the quicker I can learn that, the quicker I can help put a blueprint together for your success that's going to help you get you where you're trying to go inside your business. So I specialize in working with new business owners in the industry of tax preparation and taxation. So if you've been around for a year, you're still considered new to me. If you've been around 2 years, you're still considered new to me. 3 years, you still considered new to me. 5 years, you might have something to talk about. But the reality of what we do is you got to be proactive in this. You have to be the person that's going to go out and want to learn all you can learn when it comes to tax preparation. The knowledge and skills that you're going to possess is going to be based on your desire to go out here and learn it. No one's going to grab you by the hand and drag you down the street and say, you must learn this. It don't work that way. So as a business owner, as a tax preparer, you must be proactive in your own knowledge and your own success by making an effort to learn all you can. And so my number one go-to resource that I send all people to is IRS.gov. I'm going to send you straight to the horse's mouth for any information you're going to need when it comes to questions or concerns you may have about a tax question. You're doing some research for a client to help them with a tax situation. IRS.gov is the number one resource that I use first. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the tax season, the IRS hasn't announced the due date yet, but you can go to different places and people will tell you when the season's going to start. I don't go by what people say out their mouth when it comes to when the season's going to start. Once the IRS.gov puts it on a website when the season starts, then I let people know that's my clients when the season starts. I don't go by third-party information when it comes to this tax season and when it's going to start. So once IRS notifies us through their website, I will update my clients on when it starts. So when you go see all these different dates on when the season supposedly supposed to start, if you ain't heard it from the IRS.gov website, which is the horse's mouth, then, take that with a grain of salt. And I'll definitely see you in my next video.